So right now what we're doing is making up a piece of sheet metal. You see that duct over there is about 12 or 13 inches by 4. And so all I could find at the store was some 12 by 8 duct. So we flattened the bend on it. Then we have drawn a new line 16 inches over and 4 inches high. So we're going to make our own little box, a 16-inch long box, and that will come up flush against the toe kick, and then we'll put a 4x4 or 2x14 toe kick heat vent outlet on that. So I'm just gonna build the box here, and you can kind of watch how I do it. And so this is what we do. We just took our straight edge, measured out, and drew some lines on the sheet metal with a felt tip pen. Now we're cutting our lines out with the tin snips. Always be careful when you are cutting sheet metal, because it is notorious for painful cuts. Change the angle of that. Okay, so I have our upper and lower pieces cut. That piece there is going to be used for making end caps. So now we need to bend this on that line. So let me get a straight edge here. And we will just try to do the best bend we can under the circumstances we have. Okay, there's that one. We'll do the one we're on here. Put the straight edge on the line. Hold the sheet metal down firmly onto the back of the cabinet, and we'll bend this up. There you have it. So the inside of the duct is 16 inches by 4 inches. That's what we need for an end cap. So let's get that drawn out. We're going to mark out the end cap here. And we need 6 inches by 18 inches. That is 2 inches wider and 2 inches longer than the size of the duct, and the reason is that we need that extra inch on each side to make the coupling for it. It has to wrap a 1/2 inch up and down to create a socket for the duct to fit into. And so I'm drawing those out right now, and then in the corners we will cut a 1-inch square off of each corner, and the reason for that is that we will be bending the sheet metal, and we don't need that inch in the corners because it will we'll be bending each edge into that area. So anyway, I'm just about done marking it out here. Right now I am cutting out the 1-inch square from each corner. So let me finish up that part, and then I will narrate what I'm doing. Okay, there I have a flat bending tool. It's about 3 inches wide, and so I use that and bend the sheet metal. So I have to bend first the inner tab that goes up, and then I have to bend the tab that comes back down, and you'll see how that looks a little later on. And I'm going through and just bending everything, and you see how you have to bend up one way, and then you bend half of it back down on itself. It takes a little bit of a time, and then we're just working with archaic tools. The actual sheet metal shop would be able to whip these out quickly, but that would also cost a little money too, because we're working with custom size. And so then I go back over it and crimp everything together flat. When I'm done crimping that, then I will get up and walk over to the counter where I get a 3-inch flat scraper blade, and I'm going to use that scraper blade to open up the gap, and that will create enough gap between the bends that I can slip it over the duct. So I'm just about
kids,
done,
let's give it a test fit. 4 inches by 16 inches. We started off with 6 inches by 18 inches, and we have extra inch on each side to go a 1/2 inch up and 1/2 inch back for a lip. So let's see how we do here. Let's see if we guessed right. And there you have it. A nice fit all around. Okay, so we'll put a couple of screws and some aluminum tape over that, and then we will create the hole for the bottom. Okay, we've got our cutout marked. This here is the cutout width, the wider line, and this is going to be a lip that we bend down. And that is going to overlap here, and the lip there will overlap the other lip. So, and then we have this end built, bent over here, so that this leg on the bottom of the cabinet will fit beside it. Okay, so I'm going to get my knife and cut that.
Okay, I am going to use my utility knife, and I'm going to take the point of the blade and force it down into the sheet metal, and that will let me pierce through the sheet metal, and I can create a straight line a couple of inches long on each side Once I get that line established, then I can use my tin snips, sheet metal shears, to finish cutting out the rest of the opening. Now I take my 3-inch flat bending tool and I bend the 1/2-inch lip of sheet metal upward, and the box is going to be flipped over, and those tabs will overlap the tabs on the ductwork coming up through the floor, and then the tabs coming up through the floor will be bent over those, and that will create a good seal, and we'll have a toe-kicked box ducting hot air out. And there you go, that is the new box to direct heat out from under the cabinet. And you can see inside there how we have it all attached. And it's offset a little bit for the leg under the cabinet. And this is the cabinet that we had to cut all the backs off to get angle on the wall, because it was being pushed out from the wall due to slope of the wall. So, okay, let's put this in place. First we have to get the leg lined up. Bring it over here a little bit. And there you go, we are in. So we have all our pipes and outlets are cut out. Everything was lining up nicely. And we have the depth of the box is right the same depth as the legs. So we are good to go. I think I'll leave that on just because I need to use it for a gauge. Okay. Get the toe kick. Okay, I guess I have to. Okay, so we'll work with that a little better later. But there you see the cutout for the heat grate. And it should pop right in.